Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Yeah, whatever. Ben Reilly, Spider-Man's clone. He's the guy. He's got a sweatshirt. Yeah, that's how you know he's different, and he's a blonde hair.
I love Ben Reilly.
That's right, Lil Hellfire. I know you do. Anyway, welcome back to another week of the Ultimate Spider Cast. You know it's the end of the month, so you know who's here. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, at the end of every single month, it is...
Hello, everybody. It is Ray, back again for more Ben Reilly action. Bit of a media blizzard, Phil.
I know you don't know such things as blizzards, but
Oh, that's true.
when there's a ton of snow, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting three-parter, gotta say. Looking forward to our discussions. But yeah, this was coming, wasn't it, Phil? Mr. One of the guys, the big bad here was coming. He was always coming.
Oh yeah, I mean, last couple episodes, you could tell. You're just like, media, entertainment. Who could this be?
Just for the record as well, shout out to Lilith. I'm having peach schnapps tonight.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Put it here.
Oh my God.
Wait, just wait.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of new drops for her.
Love it.
I'm going to the hole on principle.
Oh my God. Excellent.
Yes. I think she even admits, she's like, I think I'm worse sober than I am drunk.
Well, yeah.
All right. So,
Lilith will do. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, have you been reading the news? Any new Amazing Spider-Mans?
Yeah, I have, but Phil, it's crazy. I'm just a bit behind. No, I mean I'm behind in my stuff. So, you guys are very good in reading things on time and all that. I've got a stack next to my bed still, and I've still yet to pick up last week's. So I'm a little behind, but I'm enjoying the Beyond. The Ben Reilly thing, and I don't think it was out since we last recorded, but the Ben Reilly issue 1.
Ben Spider-Man, yeah,
that was great. It's fantastic. We're so lucky to have the Scarlet Spider in and amongst the comics these days.
Yeah, it seems like, I think everyone's saying, it seems like they're hinting around that Ben's going to get his own book maybe after this whole thing is over. So hopefully,
hopefully. I mean, it's a weird one because I don't know, not to sound disparaging towards Scarlet Spider, but there's no. I don't think there's any call for it. I mean, there's a lot of Spider people already. I mean, there's a lot of spotlight with already, like Spider-Gwen. Silk's been regularly getting kind of minis and titles, but I don't know. What do you think?
Talking about me is so natural for Ray.
I don't know. I think there's a big demand. I don't know about a big demand for Ben Reilly, but it seems like a lot. They keep going back to a lot of the '90s stuff on the Marvel side. So I'm thinking, they're pandering to people our age because
that's true. I read an article not that long ago about how, the article was saying how Marvel's recycling all these things, but how it's detrimental for them in the long run. And yeah, you're right. Actually, Ben Reilly Clone Saga is very much intrinsic to the 90s, and they very much are recycling the 90s. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. possibly maybe another mini or another limited series. You know, again, look, I love the Scarlet Spider, but I don't know. I can't see him being a staple. Maybe kind of like the Thing. Like the Thing's getting 2 mini series, right? But he's a big. I mean, Ben Grimm's stature is a lot bigger than Ben Reilly's, but even he can't sustain an ongoing series. You know, he used to, but not anymore.
Well, I just wonder if they're doing trying to do a lot of Spider-Man stuff for this year because it is the 60th anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's a like an anniversary for a lot of a few like Ghost Rider has got an anniversary this year as well. So big year for Marvel. Bring it on. Look, I'd be happy for an ongoing series. Seriously, if it's the same caliber as issue 1 of Ben Reilly or the Amazing Spider-Man, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, did you see? I think they're doing some kind of 2099 miniseries coming up here, so they're going to be doing something with Spider-Man 2099 here also.
Yeah. It's good. It's fun times. I mean, especially like you and me, like that vintage, that crop. We're kind of reaping all the rewards now. So
it is exciting time.
Exciting times to be a pimp.
Except for Heroes Reborn, of course.
They tried.
Maybe they'll reintroduce the collection obsession, Phil. I'll be so happy if they do that. Maybe they will.
I don't know how you enjoyed that. I heard you and Justin talking about that. They're like, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. But even Justin agreed with the jumping artists and stuff. It was, yeah.
The artists, yeah, the art, definitely, yeah. But I would love to see Thane Ector again someday, even if he's a little puddle of sludge.
I mean, you never know. I mean, LD50 showed back up from that era, so you never know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Ray, should we jump into these issues?
Yes, Philip. These are weird. I mean, these 3 issues. Anyway, let's get to it. Interesting stuff yet again.
Back in the 90s when you could get a whole story in 1 month because characters had so many different books.
Yeah.
That's right, kids. In the days when Spider-Man, Superman, and who had 4 books a month, yes. You could easily fit in a story.
The strange thought, Phil, is that maybe some of the listeners, there are some listeners out there that weren't even born in the 90s. How crazy is that?
I know. I know that. Well, that's what I always say. I'm just like when we talk like this, like even like early 2000 stories, I'm like, yeah, that's not that old. But meanwhile, it's like 20 years old. I'm like,
yeah, 20
years.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like it. All right, so let's get to Sensational Spider-Man number 1. Remember, because last time we did number 0. Sensational Spider-Man number 1 of Myths and Mirrors. Wonder who that could be. I know. Writer and penciler Dan Jurgens. Inker Claus Jansen. Colorist Gregory Wright and Malibu Color. Letters Richard Starking's Comic Craft, and editor Bob Budiansky. All right, here we're going to do the synopsis. I always hear the music you play on your show in my head when I'm reading a synopsis. On a cold winter day, which Ray prays for these days, Spider-Man stops to pick up the latest edition. We're like freezing up here, and I see pictures of you down there in shorts and stuff. On a cold winter day, Spider-Man stops to pick up the latest edition of the Daily Bugle from a newsstand as he swings across the city. As he scans the front page, he finds a newspaper advertisement for a new television service called Mystery Vision. Although he finds the advertisement interesting, he doesn't have a television that allows him to check it out. With his break over, Spider-Man swings back to the daily grind at the coffee shop where he works in his civilian identity of Ben Reilly. As he does so, he thinks about his recent encounter with Armada and how he wishes he could
Oh,
find a line on him and recover the stolen DIT chip the villain took from Professor Ramirez. What?
remember.
Thoughts on Armada, Ray?
Remember that, listeners? The DIT chip. Remember, we're following it. We're following up on it.
I was going to say something about an Armada. I remember reading this in the 90s. I'm like, we're doing Armada again already?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, I mean, we'll get to it later. The next issue with Bagley, he doesn't look that bad.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah, Bagley could polish many a turd.
Lipstick on a gorilla.
Oh, yes. Inside, the only customer is photography student Jessica Carradine.
Okay. Introduce new character. Isn't she new? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've seen her once or twice, but yeah. As Ben whips her up a latte, she notices how dead the shop is, more so than usual, even though it is the Christmas holidays. Shirley Washington figures it must be the new Mystery Vision, as her son Devin is obsessed with the service since it came on the air. Talk about your captive audiences. When Ben serves Jessica her beverage, he notices that she has books on photography, and he tells her that he used to dabble in photography himself.
Oh, what a sleaze. No.
What a line. What a line. Yes.
Exactly.
The two get to talking, and when he asks why she hasn't gone home to be with her family for the holidays like the other students at Centennial University, she tells him that both of her parents passed away. She particularly talks about her father, who treated her great but died while she was still a teenager. She then
can I say though, is a nice relief to finally have a father that isn't, terrible or abusive. Just in comic books in general, fathers seem to be getting a bad rap. That's all I'm saying, Phil. But yeah, it's good to see that, she has fond memories of her dad.
Yeah, good dad.
Because we're talking, remember, was it Justice? Vance, Astrovic, that sort of stuff, just not that long ago.
Well, in a few episodes here, you'll find out who the father is, Ray.
Let me get. Can I guess now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I have a guess?
We're never gonna guess. Go ahead.
As soon as I carrion, but no, probably not.
No.
Only because of a surname. Okay. One other one. Say Wilson Fisk, but no, probably not.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say, all right, here's a clue. You won't know his name, but you will know who he is.
Oh, that's a nice riddle.
Jeez.
Okay, cool. I'll let that bubble in my head.
Yeah, that is a good riddle. Yes. You will not know his name, but you will when I tell you who he is, you'll be like, oh yeah, oh him, oh.
Okay.
She then quickly changes the subject back to photography, inviting him to join her on campus as she has photos that need to be developed. Something's developing. When Ben tells her that he still has a few hours left on his shift, Shirley lets him take the rest of the night off since the place is dead. He then joins Jessica back at campus where she shows him her workstation. He is surprised to see that she has photos of Spider-Man all over the walls and suddenly recognizes her as the woman who took the wall crawler's photo the night before. She tells him that she is fascinated with the wall crawler. Hence why she has taken all the photos and expresses an interest in photojournalism. Ben tells her she should try and show her work to the people at the Daily Bugle, saying that they are a good bunch. On their way out to the university, on their way out of the university darkroom, they run into Professor Ramirez, whom Ben recognizes as the creator of the DIT chip that whose life he saved as Spider-Man.
Hey, Phil, is this Is this the world's biggest coincidence, or is it just me? That this Professor Ramirez just happens to be at the same place that Jessica has taken Ben.
I mean, this is where he was working last time, Centennial University, right? So, I mean...
Okay. University's, okay, big.
I mean, coincidence. I mean, they kind of created Centennial University around this time because I guess they didn't want to send them to Empire State Universities, so every 2 seconds people want to be like, hey, you look just like Peter Parker with blonde hair.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we've ever brought Centennial University back after this era, so it was just basically just created for Ben Reilly.
You'd be surprised how different people would look when they have different color hair, blonde hair. But yeah, I get it. People will recognize, like we've seen J. Jonah Jameson mistake Ben for Peter. So yeah, I get it.
It would have been funny if he would have dyed his hair and like threw on like a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Especially like these issues where it's Dan Jurgens, because he did a lot of Superman work. So it'd be like, oh, hey, no one will recognize me now. Boop.
Yeah. Well, even, do the cane thing and grow your hair out and grow a beard. Come on, Ben. Anyway.
Exactly. I don't know. Well, they play with that later. When Peter comes back to town, they say they're identical cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's supposed to be a Riley from Aunt May's side.
Of course.
Yeah. Seeing how frantic Ramirez looks, Ben makes an excuse about having to go back to the daily grind so he can slip away and change into his alter ego. Paying a visit to Professor Ramirez in his lab, Spider-Man notices that he is in some sort of trance. Looking at the television screen, he notices that it is tuned to mystery vision. His spider sense warns him of danger. From the TV kids, warning him of danger.
It's ting ting tingalid, ting ting tingalid.
Coming from the video broadcast and quickly looks away. Knocking over Ramirez's briefcase, he notices it contains a bunch of newspaper clips containing reviews of Mystery Vision. Somehow, the 2-day-old television network is managing to beat all the major networks, something that is quite impossible. Realizing that something is up, the wall crawler webs up the television screen which causes Ramirez to snap out of his trance. With his free will back, Professor Ramirez tells Spider-Man his fear that Mystery Vision has gotten a hold of his DIT chip and is using it to enthrall viewers. Suspecting that the inventor is on the right track, Spider-Man decides to swing out to Mystery Vision's head office to investigate. He finds that they are located inside an old abandoned movie studio that is run down. However, on the old abandoned movie studio, kids.
Come on, Mystery Vision. Come on, kids.
However, on the inside, he finds a modern-looking office. The secretary tells him that illusions are what Mystery Vision is all about. This makes the web slinger even more suspicious, and he decides to sneak back into the building through an open window in one of the upper floors. Sneaking around upstairs, Spider-Man is caught by a man named Rudolph Hines, the president of the company. He offers to give the web slinger a tour of the facility. He also shows off a new experimental virtual reality headset that the company is planning on incorporating with their television studio.
Don't put it on, Ben. Don't put it on.
Spider-Man puts it on and is impressed with the display. I know. Well, he doesn't know who it is yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
But ultimately finds nothing malicious going on. That's when the room fills with green smoke and Hines suddenly turns into Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. The new...
Who had been
the all-new, all-improved, new look Mysterio.
I don't know. Do you like that new look?
Nah,
Is it improved?
Not at all. No.
The smoke on his head and all those.
Yeah, it screams too much.
Yeah,
it screams too much of Dormammu or Ghost Rider. I just prefer the fishbowl. Come on.
And then all those straps on the costume. No, it's too busy. It's
too busy.
They went too far 90s with that thing.
Yeah. Which, I never would have thought you could go too far with the 90s, but yeah.
Oh, I'm going to wear a gimp mask and murder people.
Pretty much. but Mysterio, who had been jamming Spider-Man's spider sense since he entered the building. He then tells the wall crawler that he has serious threats to deal with. Suddenly, a cartoon reindeer leaps out of one of the television screens and smashes through the wall and begins terrorizing people in the street. Spider-Man leaps to the window to stop it, thinking about his first battle with Mysterio along the way. When Spider-Man leaps out the window, he sees that the cartoon reindeer has been joined by giant cartoon versions of Santa Claus and an elf.
Oh dear.
Mysterio watches from the hole in the wall, completely enthralled by the merging of fantasy and reality, calling it the greatest show on Earth. However, the wall crawler isn't admiring the entertainment value below as his web fluid is frozen inside his web shooters, jamming the mechanisms. He quickly realizes that if he doesn't do something quickly, he will fall to his death.
It's again his problematic web shooters.
I know, still using that cheap web fluid.
What is is that the whole intent, Phil? Just because it's a recurring theme for Ben Reilly. Is it to show that big difference between him and Spider-Man, about him being a poorer man's version, arguably, like with poorer man's web fluid? Is that the idea?
I think it's partially that, and I think it's partially they were trying to go back to basics, because like back in the day, it was always like he was running out of web fluid. Or
yeah, fair enough.
I think, I'm trying to remember if he ever jammed before, maybe back in the day. So, but yeah, so Ben, yes, as we know later on, Ben will be revealed not to be the real Spider-Man, but he has all of Peter's memories up to a certain point. So yes, he does remember that first battle with Mysterio from Amazing 13. So. Which comes in handy, I guess.
It does. Intel.
Yeah. That seems like the new thing now in the recent issues. It seems like they're wiping a lot of Peter out of Ben's head. So.
Okay, right.
That's what I'm thinking. They have something planned for Ben, because I think they're going to try to make him his own thing.
Yeah. You're talking about all those like dreams where he's got the faceless, okay.
Yeah. All right. So, any other thoughts on the first one, Ray? Or do you want to get to the second one?
Just initially on this, and it's probably an overarching idea, but I guess they're trying to use, with the reveal of Mysterio, they're trying to use the television as a medium for illusions and stuff. But I think coupled with that, I found it a bit strange, because it's almost as if I'm assuming they want to make social commentary about TV, in which case I think Jurgens or Mackie or DeFalco are a couple of decades too late, right? I mean, I don't know about you, Phil, but the 90s, I don't think there was any like big concern about people watching TV.
Oh yeah, like TV's gonna rot your brain and stuff. Yeah.
In our kind of era in the 90s, I think if anything, it was more the gaming. You know, you get a lot of talk about people getting too addicted and invested in gaming. So it seemed like a really old-fashioned idea that underneath the underlying current of this story is TV's bad, and I don't know whether they want to make that a message or not, but that's what seems to be coming across, and I find it a little bit old-fashioned. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it kind of did, and I mean, I don't know how old Jurgens was at this point, but yeah, this next issue is by DeFalco, and I think even by that point he might have been a little older. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's somebody older who.
Yeah. I mean, again, as I said though, looking at on the flip side, that might not be their intent at all, and it might be more just
hey, it's Mysterio.
How can we make Mysterio modern, or rather than him just doing theatric, like movie special effects, maybe. But yeah, anyway, that's what came across for me.
Yeah, or even just, I wonder if it's like, hey, we want a new gag for Mysterio, and TV's bigger than it's ever been before, so why wouldn't he want to jump in on that?
Yeah, because it was a while ago you guys covered Spider-Man, and it had Mysterio there, and I thought that was a very cool way. I mean, that was all with really VR tech, or so this one just seems a little bit old-fashioned, that's all.
Well, it is.
We are old. Yeah.
It is 30 years ago, right? Oh my god, that's another statistic I saw. It's like, like also this is Carnage's 30th anniversary. They're like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's it. Yep, and yep.
and he first appeared in 1992. They're like, okay, right now Carnage is as old as Spider-Man was in 1992 when Carnage was
Wow.
invented. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling old yet, Ray?
Well, yeah. Just don't think about it too much, Phil. That's all I'm
I
saying.
know. I know. All right, ready to get to the next one?
Yep. I'm gonna pull this one up on Marvel Unlimited. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 408. Yeah, of course I love Bagley, but that cover, I love that cover.
Cover's great. The cover's I'm not saying iconic because it's just memorable, really. Kind of.
Just
Yeah.
like the minimalist thing too, because it's like it's supposed to be in the middle of a blizzard, so most of the cover is white, and all you see is like a bunch of footprints in the snow, and just like Ben laying there in the snow.
Well, even the logo, the font is just an imprint in the snow. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Oh god, check out the pensioners bragging about how ragged they are. Okay. Oh, who is this? Who is this? Hold on, I gotta.
Sounds like a youngin.
I don't know. We had Chad yesterday morning, so I want to see if I can find out who this is.
I bet it's Russell. Sounds like a 20-something-year-old comic.
No, that is the power of chat.
It's the power of chat.
Listen, you millennial trash. Back in our day, comics were good.
They only cost $1.
Back in my day, we had holograms on the front of our books.
You know what? Just as an aside, I heard they Valiant Comics have made an announcement for a variant cover. It's going to be made out of burnt wood. I kid you not.
Whoa, really?
Burnt wood. Yeah. I'll leave it at that.
That's what I told Will he should put on Crossover Division. I'm like, man, you should do like if people pay enough, do like hologram covers, do all the 90s gimmicks, foil covers.
Absolutely.
One, I don't know how expensive that is, but two, he's like, I don't even know if the people like the companies who did that even like still do that stuff.
Yeah.
Now they just give you 50 variant covers. All right. Amazing. Oh my God. I didn't know they did a lot of this in the 90s. This one had a variant cover.
Oh, wow. That would be...
It's just like Spider-Man crouching on the cover, but I mean...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because the only one the one I have it in floppy, but yeah, the only ones I have are like in the one with him in the snow. Burnt ash or illness, supernatural significance could be a Shadow Man thing.
Yeah, you and me both, Chad. Go Shadow Man. Loving it.
Oh, okay. I see what the gimmick was. I guess all of these must have had a variant cover, and they were like interconnecting covers. The three of them, I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, they weren't that common. I mean, they're obviously not as common as variants these days, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they were trying to cash in on that Clone Saga, but yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just go, oh my God, I'm surprised they didn't do like a Mysterio, like glow in the dark or something like that Ghost Rider cover back in the day.
Give me a glow in the dark. I love my Ghost Rider cover. Mm-hmm. It's the only, might be the second glow in the dark cover I've got. I think Shadowhawk did one for Image. I don't know if you remember that. Jim Valentino's Shadowhawk.
There have been so many variants in the 90s. Yeah. I know. I'm sorry, Ray. I hate to do this to you, but yeah, I know there was like a 3-issue arc where like they did some like Batman glow in the dark stuff in the 90s.
I love Batman.
Oh my God, he's about to have a heart attack. Okay, all right. I don't mean to rub it in, but are you going to go see that movie? What, Ray?
Maybe.
Eventually, I mean,
eventually,
I'm sure
maybe when it's on TV.
Okay.
I might. It depends. Like, I'm not much of a movie goer anyway. It's only like, the big Marvel movies that get me out and about to go there. So I saw, as an aside, the DC trailer for like, you know, it had Flash and Black Adam and
Oh,
Hawkman and Dr. Fate. Oh, that looks awesome. I'll go watch. I'll watch Dr. Fate. I'll watch and you know my recent kind of curiosity for the Flash. So I'll watch the Flash because it's got Michael Keaton in it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Michael
Yeah.
Keaton Batman's going to be in it. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I
Do
know.
that. I'll watch that, Phil. That answers your question. I'll watch those.
Okay. Yes, because they said yes, the Batman is going to be almost as long as Endgame.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. God, what are they going to do?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to compete, Ray. Almost 3 hours of the Batman, because Moon Knight's getting his own 6 hour probably Disney Plus thing. So
When does the Batman? Batman comes out before early.
yeah,
March,
it's
doesn't it?
March 4th. Yeah.
So I can't use Moon Knight as an excuse to. I'll be rewatching the series. I can't. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think anyone expected you to go see the Batman, Ray, especially opening weekend.
No. Look. No shade to the young man. But I don't think I'll make it on the opening weekend. Maybe if I have an extra bit of cash in the pocket, I'll waltz on down to the cinema and buy some popcorn and a choc top.
Oh, and kids, again, I can admit when I'm wrong. I wasn't too thrilled with the idea of a Peacemaker series on HBO Max, but been enjoying that.
Oh yeah, so I've heard good things of it.
Just don't watch it with children in the room.
Yeah, oh, right. I've heard it's kind of like
violence language. There was a sex scene in the first episode. Yes,
right.
Yeah.
I heard it was kind of like Deadpool-ish. So
kind of, yeah. And again, go check out our Annie Chang interview from Peacemaker. Blowing up the YouTube, kids.
What a scoop! That's great.
All right, so should we get to the next one, Ray?
Yeah.
We have one of these. We have some millennial trash in the chat room. We need to keep his attention. Amazing Spider-Man 408. Impossible be my dream. Writer Tom DeFalco, penciler Mark Bagley, inker Larry Malstead, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Bill Oakley, and editor Bob Budiansky again.
I'm just going to say it at the outset, Phil. This is probably my favorite issue out of the three. And again, not because of just of Mark Bagley. I like Tom DeFalco's writing.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he writes some good Spider-Man. Tossed out of the Mystery Vision building, Spider-Man attempts to break his fall with his web shooters, only to discover that they are jammed. With no other choice, the wall crawler tries to break his fall by ricocheting off the sides of buildings in order to slow his momentum. Ultimately, he slams into the side of a building too hard and knocks himself out. Thankfully, he manages to cling to the wall to prevent himself from falling to his death. That's an interesting visual. Yeah, he's like hanging there with one hand, and it's like basically just like flapping in the breeze. Yeah.
I was about to say also as well, so noticeable difference. He doesn't have the little web wings that Spider-Man does. So, yeah, that would have helped, I think.
Mm-hmm. This is observed by a drone piloted by Mysterio from inside Mystery Vision. He's delighted to capture this all on film. Further, he has managed to affix receivers for his digital imagery transmission chip so he can make the wall crawler see anything he can imagine. Not wanting to bore his audiences, Mysterio decides to cut to Rikers Island. This is, okay, kids, here's what Ray's been waiting for. The criminal known as Armada is being transferred from the NYPD to some guardsmen from the vault. Or so it seems.
Don't be fooled.
As soon as the police officers leave Armada in the custody of the guardsmen, they turn out to be two of Armada's robots that disguise themselves with holograms. After getting his bonds removed, Armada puts on his costume and breaks free from the prison. As he flies toward Manhattan, Armada looks forward to tracking down and destroying Spider-Man. Once again, kids, I'm going to go on my rant.
Yes.
Why did we get rid of the vault? It was in the middle of the country, in the middle of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Not too close to any, dwellings or anything like that. Now we have the raft in the right off of New York City, like the most populated city in the country. Makes no sense to me.
It does, yeah, exactly. I just want to say as well, Phil, Armada's costume, I can't totally pinpoint it from previous, but is this a Bagley upgrade, or does it look different to you, or am I?
It might be just because it's I don't know when Bagley tweaked on this, or it's just everything looks better in Bagley. But yeah,
Yeah, I think maybe. Look, I just don't want to nitpick. I think maybe he's defined the nose a bit more from memory. I thought he had just more of a straight visor across the face. But anyway,
yeah, I think I don't know if Bagley like streamlined them. Maybe
Yeah.
like I don't know if the armor looked bulkier before.
in Bagley we trust.
That's right. That's an interview I need. Bring me
Yes.
Bagley.
Yes.
Back in the city, Shaquem Panzos and his friend Jamie, members of the Blades Street Gang, are on the run from their rivals, the Jagged Skulls. Okay, no offense to Tom DeFalco, but I the whole episode I could just hear when you're a jet, you're a jet. You know, just the
Oh.
West Side Story.
Okay.
Like this old man trying to write these street gangs.
Yeah, that's what I was conscious of that as well. But
Outnumbered, the pair decides the best course of action is to split up. High above, Spider-Man comes to and discovers that his gambit pays off, but he has dislocated his shoulder as a result. That's when he overhears members of the Jagged Skulls cornering Shaquem and leaps down to his aid. That's when Mysterio begins manipulating Spider-Man's vision, making the gang members look like monsters. Suspecting that these are constructs created by Mysterio, Spider-Man lays into them. From the control,
that's pretty. When I was reading it again, and I know, like, I'm just geeking out by getting into the details, but I was thinking, oh, he might be just using full force against these guys, you know?
Oh
Just,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
lop a head off. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, if he thinks he's a robot or something, yeah, he could have been swinging full force. Yeah,
yeah.
that wouldn't have gone good for Mysterio. From the control room at Mystery Vision, Mysterio gloats, because that's what he does, knowing that this will keep television viewers glued to their screens and under his control. He then contacts Armada and informs them of the location of Spider-Man, but intends to ramp up the drama before allowing his minion to slay the web-slinger. By this point, Spider-Man has defeated the gang members, but Shaquem is less than happy to have the wall crawler coming to his rescue. Spider-Man isn't interested in dealing with the drama and points out that Shaquem will be on his own when the members of the Jagged Skulls wake up. Realizing that Spider-Man has a point, Shaquem decides to tag along with the wall crawler. Soon after they are gone, the recovering gangsters are met with other members of the gang who are told that the Blades have backup from Spider-Man. This is not well received, as their leader is unhappy to hear that the masked hero is interfering in their turf war. That's when they are joined by Armada, who offers his assistance in destroying Spider-Man.
What a team up.
I know. I mean, I guess you need help against Spider-Man, but I'd be like, yeah, who are you again?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you here? Yeah, exactly.
Not far away, Spider-Man struggles through the heavy snow and blowing winds. He wishes that he had put some kind of insulation into his costume. To get his mind off his pain and discomfort, Spider-Man asks Shaquem why he joined up with a street gang. The youth tells him that in this part of the city that you need to join up with a gang in order to survive. Learning that Panzos wanted to become a lawyer, the wall crawler says the young man still has time to go back to school and get an education. Yeah, that was a topical reference because he throws out the name Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran, yeah. Actually, there were a lot of kind of pop culture references throughout these three. That was one of the main ones, but I don't think there were movie references. I can't remember, but there were a lot of very dated, so to speak, references now. But I love this classic. This is just your classic, do right, work hard, study hard, and be good. It's very simple, but for a Spider-Man comic, it works. And you've got bloody Armada in there as well. So
yeah, this is like a classic DeFalco. Like, so I know a lot of times he tries to teach you a lesson, and every couple stories, sometimes he'll throw in like topical references like that.
Yeah.
But their conversation is interrupted when Shaquem spots Mysterio's drones. Suddenly, they are ambushed by members of the Jagged Skulls. Caught completely off guard, Spider-Man wonders what is wrong with his spider sense. Moreover, he is still seeing the gang members as monsters. Realizing that his perceptions are being manipulated, Spider-Man thinks that the drone might have something to do with it and destroys it. However, this doesn't solve the problem. He is
Eat your
then
heart
able-
out. Eat your heart out, Bullseye. That's what I was thinking.
I
when I
know
saw it.
that shoddy
It's
take. Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just chuck something through there. He's then ambushed by Armada. As Spider-Man fights against Armada's robots, Shaquem watches from the relative safety of a nearby alley. He is joined by Jamie, who points out that all of the jagged skulls have been knocked out by Spider-Man, and they can score a reputation by killing them all while they are down. By this point, Spider-Man is jolted by a laser from one of Armada's robots.
He's getting done. He's getting smashed. He
Yes,
is.
Ray. Yes.
I love it.
Smash it.
Seeing the wall crawler in trouble, Shaquem tells Jamie that they should help him. Jamie isn't interested in helping Spider-Man, so Shaquem knocks him out and takes his gun and shoots at Armada. The bullets bounce harmlessly off Armada's armor. As he turns to gloat, this distraction is enough for Spider-Man to break free and ambush Armada. Overpowering his foe, Spider-Man then rips off Armada's chest plate, removing the power source of his armor.
It's one way to do it. Because Armada was saying, like, I've recharged, whilst, our fight occurred. He said, I'm going to, I've got more than enough power to destroy you. What does Ben Reilly do? Well, I'm just going to rip apart your armor. Yeah, exactly,
I know, that is a nice visual, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bagley, him ripping that armor off. Yeah. In the aftermath of the battle, Shaquem points out that Spider-Man's eyepieces are cracked. This makes the wall crawler figure out how Mysterio is making him see things and pulls off the special lenses that were put over his mask.
Sorry, Phil, there's a little, when he does take them off, I thought his revenge on Mysterio was chucking the visors down his pants. You can see it's like, you wanna play that game, Mysterio? Cop this, but he's putting it in his pants.
You jealous?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is funny. Well, he doesn't have pockets, right?
That's true.
This cuts off the feed in Mysterio's control room, causing the master illusionist to curse the wall crawler. Oh, Jesus, Ray, who are you? Lilith? Come on.
Hey, what?
I said, who are you, Ray? Lilith? Jeez.
Either do the 6 or do the 12.
Oh, jeez.
Either do the 6 or do the 12.
Dear me.
Oh, thank you, Chad. Right at the spider babies. Never say that with innocence again, will you, Ray?
No, I won't now. That's all I think about.
That's right, Chad. Thank you. Now all I'll think about is Spider-Man junk.
I say, welcome back, Spider Babies. You know what I'll be thinking about.
Stay tuned, kids. Yes, part 11 of the Devil's
Part
Reign
11.
tie-in will be the next episode of To Know Her Is to Fear Her.
Yes, be a lot of fun.
Boy, I can't wait till it's all over and we can do that round table.
Yeah, me too. Actually, just to pull it all together, because we've all got our own thoughts from the different parts. But I've been reading through all of them, so
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And I can't wait till we're all in a room with Russell. I'm like, I don't know if you've been listening to Russell, but he's been very obsessed with Kingpin. How's he put it? Kingpin's titties.
Yeah.
Okay. Still, he has more tricks up his sleeve that will bring about the end of the wall crawler. Back outside, Shaquem realizes that being in a gang is not the right move and decides to leave that life behind and follow his dreams to become a lawyer.
Aww. Good on you, Shaquem.
When Spider-Man asks Shaquem how he'll survive on his own, the youth tells the web slinger that he will find a way. Spider-Man is certain he will, but decides to get him a helping hand. He webs up Jamie, and when the gang members wake up, he tells the gang member to send a message to both the Jagged Skulls and Burning Blades that Shaquem Panzos is off limits. Jamie agrees to send the message. With this task done, Spider-Man swings Spider-Man finally manages to unclog his web shooters and swings off in order to deal with Mysterio once and for all. Winter Soldier was a good issue, Chad.
It was, yeah, very good.
I thought that
Very
was
good.
a nice little gimmick there with the whole Kingpin like asleep.
Yeah. So I mean, I already said like Phil that this issue was pretty cool for me. I was just having a little look back as well, and this whole issue we get the full unadulterated Ben Reilly. Like there's no Ben Reilly without, it's always just Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. Because I was thinking it was a little bit not weird, but we didn't get like a follow up to Jessica from the first issue, which we'll get later on. But I guess because this issue was pretty much all action. I mean, we got Spider-Man falling from the heights to begin with, and he's pretty much just battling the whole way. So yeah, I think more enjoyable issue. It's very kind of classic in that sense, as we said, of DeFalco's storytelling. But it was enough there. I mean, again, Armada's purely forgettable as a villain, and I'm not digging the Mysterio look. He looks like a pseudo Sorcerer Supreme. But other than that, I really enjoyed this issue.
Oh yeah, I mean it was kind of pretty much pure Spider-Man because it pretty much could have been at either him or Peter. Yeah, you really didn't get a lot of, like you said, any of the Jessica stuff or Haley Grind. But I thought it was pretty good, especially since it's like the middle of an arc.
Yeah, and it's kind of moving along. And this is Testament back in the day, 2 parts, and we're getting like a full story. I mean, I didn't mention that in the first issue as well. I did find it a little bit dialogue heavy. And you could say that DeFalco's one was as well, but I didn't mind it as much as the first issue.
But I think you have me realizing here. I'm always like, why don't modern comics move as fast as these issues did back in the day? But maybe they move at the same pace. But when Spider-Man had 4 monthly books, I guess maybe storylines seem to move quicker because you had so many books a month.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the Beyond arc is moving really quickly, I feel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because like we're getting, it's not like you have to wait a month or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's very much part of it.
All right, you want to get to the last part, Ray?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, it all wraps up in Spider-Man 65, Unplugged, from February 1996. Writer, our buddy Howard Mackey.
Yep.
Penciler John Romita Jr. and Tom Morgan. Inkers Al Williamson and Dick Giordano. Colorist Kevin Tinsley and Malibu's Hughes. Letterers Richard Starking's Comic Craft and editor Eric Feen. All right. After discovering that Mysterio had been using his mystery vision to manipulate his senses and the senses of those all over the city, Spider-Man swings toward the old theater that acts as the villain's base of operations. When he forces his way into the building, he finds that it is nothing but an abandoned theater. The thriving television network he saw earlier was nothing more than an illusion. With no sign of Mysterio, Spider-Man decides to go home and get some rest, confident in the knowledge that he has the perception-altering lenses and that his foe affixed to his mask, as they might come in handy later. It's gonna keep him tucked in his pants, I guess, Chad.
Yeah, exactly. Next to the Spider Babies.
And a new term is coined. Good job, Chad. At an office building in Midtown Manhattan, there is a party celebrating the meteoric success of Mystery Vision on behalf of its owner, Randolph Hines. He excuses himself from the party to check the current network ratings. In the privacy of his office, Mysterio drops his disguise and gloats how his television station is eclipsing all of the major networks.
Look at this very... how can I say, computer graphics, Phil? You saying that with a it's about as good as the Spawn movie. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, burn! think about it, Ray. This is before the Spawn movie, so
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm surprised they got some computer graphic in there at all. So,
I just thought it was funny. He had to drop his disguise, the gloat, and then what if someone had like walked in the room, be like,
no.
"Mr. Hines, oh, no, I
Hey,
didn't see
don't look
nothing."
at me! Don't look at me!
Network ratings from inside the spandex.
Things
Oh
are looking
my.
up.
Who are you people? Little Hellfire? Uh, yeah, he's Mysterio gloating. He's just like,
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Just people outside the door going, "What is that cackling? What is
I
that?"
know.
That's a handful.
What was that strange noise, sir? No, nothing. We're just
We were busy boning.
The next morning, Ben Rowley is awoken by a knock on the door. After spending all night tinkering with the lenses, he was
Jeez.
tinkering with his lenses.
Far out, eh?
Sure he was.
Nothing better than tinkering with your lenses.
I was gonna say, slow down, Ray. I might have to make a new drop if you. It turns out to be Jessica Carradine, who has come to meet up with him for their date. Realizing he overslept, Ben scrambles to hide all of Spider-Man's gear and lets her in. Ben quickly gets ready, and the two head out on their date to see the Eisenstadt exhibit. As they walk through the winter weather, the pair gets to talking about their lack of family to rely on. Jessica, who lost her father, and Ben, who recently lost his aunt, who raised him like her own. When they walk past an electronics store, Ben notices a crowd gathered around it, watching Mystery Vision, and reminds himself that Mysterio is still manipulating people using Professor Ramirez's DIT chip. Yeah, kid, there's still a villain out there. Quit thinking with them lenses. He wants to go out and continue hunting Mysterio, but can't because he is on a date.
Look, let's face it, his dates don't really go very well, do they? I mean,
No.
he was like, Jessica was met with a disheveled guy at the apartment, still in his robe, just woken up at 3:00 in the afternoon. Come on.
I worked an all-nighter.
Yeah, with his lenses.
Suddenly, an armored truck skids on the icy road and crashes. To his surprise, Jessica rushes off with her camera to take pictures of the crash, giving Ben the perfect opportunity to change into Spider-Man and help. Spider-Man manages to pull the driver out before the vehicle goes up in flames, but Jessica is too engrossed in taking pictures of the wall crawler. He finally convinces her to get one of the police officers standing by the electronics store to help. However, when she finally does so, Jessica is so entranced by the television's broadcasting Mystery Vision. The wall crawler uses his webbing to block the television screens to snap everyone out of it. With help on the way for the injured driver, Spider-Man slips away to change back into Ben Reilly. Luckily, Jessica wants to remain on the scene to take photos, putting an end to their date and allowing Ben to continue his search for Mysterio. On his way to the apartment, Ben stops at the Daily Grind to check on things before going out as Spider-Man. There he discovers that both Shirley and her son Devin are enthralled by the television. However, this is not the case with Buzz, the Grind's regular customer. He tells Ben that Shirley and her son were so engrossed by the television, he had to serve himself.
Yeah. There's also this thing that just reminded me. So Buzz and Ben and Jessica, like, that day and age back in the 90s, they're saying, "Oh, I don't have a TV." It's like, seriously, I don't think anyone didn't have a TV back then. You know what I mean? I know. People now choose to not have a TV and stuff. But again, it's that kind of antiquated notion of, "Oh, I don't have a TV." No, I think in the 90s, I think most people had TVs. So,
I couldn't name you one person I knew who didn't have a TV.
Yeah, I mean, and Ben Reilly, I mean, of course, well, maybe if you're a superhero, things are different, but, he's got a steady-ish job. He can pay the rent at the apartment. Surely he'll have a TV, but, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I think it was just before this job, he was so poor he didn't have a TV, and then plus it's like I'm always so busy as Spider-Man. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
that's probably it.
When Ben asks how one could stop the transmission of Mystery Vision, Buzz points out that they would need to take down all the transmitters. Coming up with an idea on how to find this transmitter, Ben rushes out of the coffee shop to change into Spider-Man. He then pays a visit to Dr. Ramirez at Centennial University, who cobbles together a device that will allow the wall crawler to track the signal. Yeah, with those lenses, right? So
Yeah.
he's tracking you, Mysterio, with what's in his pants.
Exactly.
At Mystery Vision's true headquarters, Mysterio continues watching the ratings.
Look at that rating. Look at the rating skyrocket. The green one. It's through the roof.
I know. Oh, good point, Chad. Even Eddie Brock had a TV in his apartment after he lost his job. Yes.
Absolutely.
Although in the comics, he did not work at the Daily Bugle. But yes, I get your meaning. He gloats over how the blizzard outside is forcing people indoors, making them more susceptible to his hypnotic programming. That's when the security systems detect Spider-Man's approach. When the web-slinger tries to destroy the transmitters, Mysterio uses his illusions and energy weapons to try and keep the masked hero away. Yeah, he has repulsors for some reason these days. Although Mysterio's attempts knock Spider-Man back down into the office, he also ends up blasting his transmitter as well.
Oh, you idiot.
He never changed, Mysterio. The commotion draws all the partygoers to come and see what's going on. Mysterio resumes the illusion of Randolph Hines in order to get them to call the police on Spider-Man. However, everyone is more interested in the ratings that they are suddenly dropping like flies.
Oh, no.
Although Mystery Vision is still broadcasting, Mysterio's stray blast has damaged the subliminal broadcasting channel. Seeing the broadcast with clear minds has made people realize that Mystery Vision is not very entertaining, and they are changing the channel in droves. Utterly defeated, Mysterio is webbed up by Spider-Man, who then takes the villain into custody. Dropping flies.
Yeah. What? Are dropping flies? Oh,
Dropping-
they're dropping like a stone. Huh? Anyway. So this was clearly before the advent of Netflix or, Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I doubt the rating systems would work really. So those other ones, I mean, just to clarify, and I am an ignorant Australian, there's other ones, ABC, what is it? I can't even see the other ones.
ABC, CBS, NBC. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all free to air networks, right? So we're talking about we're talking about Mystery Vision was a free to air network. I mean,
guess.
but what a silly thing, now because of streaming and platforms. Like no one watches free to air now, right?
I don't know. Don't tell that to Charlie Esser.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes he does. Well, he has like cable, but he also sometimes, yeah.
I only watch it for sport, like free to air sport. That's about it. But yeah, come on.
Well, that's like even the local stations that are free to air here are on my direct TV. So yeah, just watch it that way anyway. But yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to get hung up on these TV ratings. Phil, I mean, this ended with a vital message at the end. The best way to exercise it is with the remote control. You can change the channel. Yeah.
The choice is yours, kids.
The choice is yours. Yeah. Well, what did you think of this last one?
It was interesting. I mean, you kind of knew where it was going to go, but
yeah. It
just
It just, I think, we have Mysterio as the antagonist, but by having the, what he does to be people just being hypnotized by TV, it's a little bit not. I mean, because they're harmless. Like there's no threat to Spider-Man other than when he finally goes to see Mysterio and they have a fight and then Mysterio bloody shoots himself in the foot, really. But yeah, just by having these people just become very docile and kind of zombie-like, I don't know, a little bit silly.
well, again, it's like, do you really want the this means of hypnotizing people in the hands of someone like Mysterio? I guess it shouldn't be in the hands of anyone, but yeah.
Yeah, but this is all for his cry for wanting to be popular, right? There's no other. Is it? I guess it's making him money. I guess that's what he's doing, right? Is it? I mean, but
I mean, yeah, because you figure if your network's beating all like the regular the regular big stations, I mean, people are probably paying you a ton of advertising money for commercials and stuff.
So we're talking about this would have to be entrenched for months or something for at least for Mysterio to reap some sort of benefit. But anyway.
Look at today. I mean, kids, we're recording this on the morning of Super Bowl Sunday. I mean, the Super Bowl is like the most watched thing here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I forget, what is it? Chad, do you have the figure? It's like for a 30-second commercial. It used to be $1 million. I think it's over $1 million now. So it might be like 2 million or something for a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you get the good enough ratings. Yeah, he's probably raking in money just for commercials. And
that's true. Okay, so it is a bit of a money-making scheme.
Yeah. I mean, he's always in it for the art anyway, but yeah, I'm sure he's making money.
Yeah, and for the ego, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just apt that he gets done by himself, blowing up his own transmitter. That was good. It was fun. It's always fun to see Spider-Man fight Mysterio, but in this one, he was a bit of a weird one. That's all. It was cool to see the dragon, that sort of stuff. But I mean, and then Spider-Man going, I know it's not real, but then he gets zapped by the thing. But I don't know, mixed feelings about this arc. I think Romita Jr. did some, again, he does great Spider-Man. Not a problem with that.
Oh, good point, Chad, because I think this was the same year, a bit derived from Riddler and Batman Forever.
Right.
Like Jim Carrey, because, when was this?
I've never seen that.
Oh, February 96. It was from 1995, so that movie. So, that's...
Right.
Oh, you didn't see Jim Carrey Riddler? Okay.
Oh, just bits. I mean, like, he looked pretty cool in it. I'd go back and watch it just for like Jim Carrey.
That one and the one after was just,
not the one with Arnie. I did.
Oh yeah, Arnold as Mr. Free. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that looked absolutely terrible.
Oh my God, George Clooney as Batman. He didn't even try to alter his voice at all. Just like, hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. Oh, hi, I'm Batman.
Oh wow. Well, and then Christian Bale did it like to the extreme, didn't he? So.
Oh yeah.
Swear to me.
Oh, good for you.
Oh yeah, Will still does that. Swear to me.
Swear to me. Yeah. But yeah, no, enjoyable trilogy arc or whatever you call it. Triple.
Yeah.
What do you say? Swear to
throat cancer. Swear to 3 packs a day, huh, Chad?
I'm hoping Gore.
Oh, good for you.
I'm hoping Gore, the God Butcher. Hoping he has a similar voice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
can't wait to see that Thor movie. Yeah, that was just Infinity War was on TV last night. I was rewatching Infinity War.
Nice. Thunderstrike as well. Love and Thunder. I've heard that he's going to wear the Thunderstrike costume.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Did you hear maybe it's a rumor, but that'll be fun to see.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for all this Marvel stuff, because just waiting for this next project, Ray. Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Again, did you see the latest? Reveal image from Empire?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Yep. Mr. Knight. Yeah.
Mr. Knight. Crazy. Yeah. So it should be fun.
Oh, that's right. You reminded me. I might have to pre-order that and have it mailed to my home because I'm always like, sometimes you can't find these magazines in the stores around here. So I might just have to jump on and be like, you know what, just mail it to me.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk to just hope that it arrives in the stores.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as Media Blizzard goes, how do you rate it? Do you have mixed feelings as well, or?
I mean, yeah, a little mixed feelings. Again, it's a very cliche Mysterio, but again, it's a story of the '90s, and again, even though he thinks he's fought him before, this is pretty much like Ben's first battle with Mysterio. So
Yeah.
well, at least solo, because he was in that Sinister Six thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, but
it's just sorry.
I was gonna say the most interesting thing. Well, we'll see if my views line up, because I was looking. Lilith and I actually did cover this for Mysterio month back in episode 30.
Ah,
So about 135 episodes ago, kids. Yeah, we covered this.
I'm gonna listen to it.
You know
I'm
what?
gonna
I'm going
listen
to
to
put a link in the show notes. So
Do it.
yes, kids.
Yeah.
Not only will you get Ray's opinions, yes, you'll get Lilith Hellfire's views on this story arc. I think was it like from 2018 or something, maybe. So yeah.
I bet you she would be scathing of this.
Wait for her to say, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm going to listen to that as well. It'll be interesting to hear what your thoughts. Your thoughts are. I mean, look, just final thoughts as well. I think it is cool that we get 3-issue story arc, but I mean, and there was a connecting thread as well. But the first two at least seem like really different, like just standalone stories, and they could be. Because the second issue, The Amazing Spider-Man, was very much about Shaquem as well, and they had the gang and Armada, and then Armada is just like totally missing in the last issue. So they seem very and I guess it's because they're 3 different titles. Maybe that's the reason why they seem to be so standalone. But there's a little bit of disjointedness in that aspect. But having said that, I mean. Well, the whole media mystery vision and Mysterio worked well. I mean, throughout the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. That's the nature of the beast, because we got 3 different writers on each.
Yeah.
You got a different writer on each issue. So
yeah. So I'd give it I give him a B-, I think. Yeah, just a little bit above average, or maybe even just average, maybe C. How about yourself?
I think you nailed it with the B- range.
Yeah.
Again, a serviceable story, but nothing like original or it's. I think it's a lot of it is just it seems like a formulaic Mysterio story.
Yeah.
Kind of, except this time he's using television. Yeah.
Yeah, and subjective as well. Granted, like as we mentioned, I'm not the biggest fan of this iteration of Mysterio, so didn't really appreciate his look. Maybe I would have given a little bit more if he had his old fishbowl, but
yes,
yeah.
And again, I mean, there were bright spots like the Bagley art, the Felko trying to give us a after school special, yeah,
and the Ramita art, I really enjoyed that art. So yeah, and I know you could arguably say the introduction of Jessica, just another little thread to kind of pull that and figure out what's going on with that. So yeah, it has enough in there.
Hey Lilith, you gotta watch that video. Ray was pulling at it.
Oh, yes, I was.
All right, so are we done?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so kids, next month I think we get 5 Tuesdays, so we'll get 4 episodes of me and Lilith Hellfire, and then Ray will be back in that 5th episode. So, all right, Ray, mark your calendar.
Yes,
this is the end of February, so next episode will start March, because Lilith Hellfire demanded it. Man-Thing March.
Ooh, love a good man thing.
Hey-oh! So that's right. Marvel's weird with the scheduling, so we're gonna throw in the Devil's Reign Spider-Man crossover whenever it comes out. So
okay, yeah,
that'll be there. But for the Man-Thing stuff, starting next week, we'll be doing Marvel Team Up 68. Oh, so close. Followed in 2 weeks by Marvel Team Up 122. And then in 3 weeks, Marvel Team Up number 4 from 1997. And then Lilith and I will wrap up that with Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, or Peter Parker Spider-Man 1999 annual number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then you all may say, well, what's Ray going to be covering next month? Well, Ray and I will be covering 1 issue, Spider-Man Team Up number 2, Ben Reilly's team up with the Silver Surfer.
Oh, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I
Okay.
like that. Yes.
We can, I'm sure we can wax lyrical about that. Yeah, just the one issue. Yeah, love it. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. You can go on and on about it, Ray. I mean, it's a little bigger than a regular issue, but yeah, you can go
Okay.
on and on about it, Ray.
Yeah, love it.
All right. So, yeah, send your thoughts for that issue or all the Lilith Hellfire Man thing stuff. Email us, Capes. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can always follow Ultimate Spider Cast on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Web of Spider-Man Facebook fan group. I believe, what are we at? 3.4 thousand members, I believe.
Holy moly.
I know. Every time I say that, Wolf goes, suck it into the night.
No, but very well done. That's awesome. Yeah.
I know, kicking the Batman groups, but so find links to all that, all the links to all the social medias we do for all the shows, links to this YouTube channel. Every episode gets a video. So like I keep pushing the Annie Chang interview, which is doing really good on YouTube. You can see what Ray looks like. Yeah,
You don't want to, don't worry.
that handsome devil. Oh my God, was it yesterday? Chad, was that you? Somebody, I know we were. I think it was yesterday. Were we talking about like big hair or something, or like disheveled looks? And like, was it you, Chad? It was like, have you seen Ray lately? Called you a hairy man beast, man.
Oh, jeez.
Stash joke. Yes. The
Stash joke.
mustache joke. Yeah.
I feel like one of the visors.
What do you want him to look like? A baby face? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on. So find the YouTube channel. Most important, if you can, please subscribe to our Patreon. We're out here on our own these days, paying for this ourselves, so every little bit helps. But $3 to $5 gets you the exclusive content, early access to creator interviews. Mr. DG Chichester is here talking to me. Well, they're talking to me and Lilith every month, so you do not want to miss that. He gets the good mic out for us.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to start dropping a bunch of those because I haven't put them on the regular feed yet, but those are coming, kids. So yeah, check out that. Please, if you can, subscribe to the Patreon or pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. It's all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And if you think I was long-winded, just wait. Ray, where can we find you and your mini podcast?
No. I'll keep it short and sweet. Yeah, the best way to contact me is via Twitter at RayRayPod, REYREY pod. Then you can see links and stuff to the other shows, Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast. Very excited at the upcoming TV show at the end of March. We've got about one more month to go. Also, a fantastic comic book series by Jed McKay. So, yeah, really enjoying it there. Also, To Know Her is to Fear Her, the Spider-Woman podcast. As Phil mentioned, Sarah and I will be doing part 11 of the Devil's Reign crossover between all the podcasts, Capes and Lunatics, To Know Her is to Fear Her, Tomes of Evil, and Into the Night. And also, Last Sons of Krypton, the Superman podcast. Do that with the irrepressible Connor. So a lot of fun there. Go check that out. We're a fortnightly show, so every 2 weeks or so. Yeah, and just if you just love to talk about comics in general, always happy for a chat.
That's a mouthful.
Oh.
But yeah, let me just push this race stuff. I mean, I listened to that last Son of Krypton. You and Connor had Wrestle on to talk that Etrigan team up. Yeah, that was fun. That was funny.
It was fun. I mean, Etrigan, it's a crazy tale that was. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great kind of Superman material out there. So whether we have co-hosts or whether we have guests like creators, or we do like just random picks, Ray Randoms or Connor, who knows a bit more about Superman. He chooses an arc or an issue, and it's a lot of fun to just learn a bit more about Superman.
And let's do the double promotion. You mentioned Jed McKay. You were going to be talking to Jed McKay again, and we are going to be talking to Jed McKay on episode 250 of Capes and Lunatics. So,
how cool is
yeah,
that?
kids, you're going to be getting plenty of Jed McKay between me and Ray here soon. So,
yeah, he's an absolute legend. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I mean, he's always up for a chat, and I'm really keen to listen to your chat with him because you'll be able to expand it beyond. Obviously just Moon Knight, ask him about a lot of the other stuff. So, can't wait. And a big milestone episode as well, 250.
Oh, yeah. I mean, fans of this show might I know me, Lilith, and Charlie all enjoyed his Black Cat work. So, we're itching to talk about Cat.
Yeah.
Death of Doctor Strange.
Yes. Well, absolutely. That's trade worthy. I've got to go grab that when that all comes out.
Oh yeah, and then he did some of the he did that Death of Doctor Strange Spider-Man issue.
Really well with Colleen Wing and Misty.
And
really good.
yeah, I don't know if you read it yet. The recently they did that Mary Jane Black Cat Beyond one shot. Yeah, that was
good. That good? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who does the interior art to that?
Oh, I forget. Forget who it is. Let me see. But the art was really good on it too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Jed McKay, man. Anytime you look anymore, it seems like he's doing
he's
every other Marvel book.
Yeah, and he's getting better and better. Not that he was bad before, but he's really honing his craft.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like some writers are good in certain genres, but I mean, he can do the street level stuff with Spider-Man and Black Cat. He's good at the Doctor Strange stuff too. So. Ray just wants to know who drew the cat suits.
Guilty as charged. I'm going to say guilty as charged.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up now. Hale. Carlos Vila.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Awesome.
Penciler and inker Carlos Vila. Yes.
Nice.
And I guess, kids, there was multiple covers to that too. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick it up for sure.
But no, it's a good issue.
Nice.
Yeah, and Jed gets the jokes too, because at the end, Peter was still in this hospital bed. He wakes up and there's Mary Jane and Black Cat sitting there, and he goes, "Oh, this dream again." He's like, "Oh, just be gentle with me."
Yeah, he's awesome. He's good. He's a great writer. I love it.
Yeah. All right. So, should we get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Ray's gonna go to bed. On the other side of the planet, it's almost bedtime.
Dreaming about Mary Jane and Black Cat.
Hey-oh. with a full lens in his pants. All right, kids. Speaking of which, kids, remember, come back next week. We start Man Thing March because Lilith demanded it. But until then, swing on back.
Swip.